everyone, it is Andrea, and today I'm coming at you with a plan with me in my printpression, a 5-wide SPC edit using my printpression SPC collab, SPC edit inserts using the Magic Kingdom kit, which was a pop mystery kit, along with hollow foil. We have firework underlays. We have different Disney related things. We have some custom things. We have all of the things here in hollow foil, and I am just going to mash it all together to make a most beautimous spread that there possibly is. I will let you know that this was like kind of a weird off week for me. Also, whenever I was filming this, it was also a very off week for me. All around, just weird vibes. So I did just go ahead and plan this off camera, but I'm going to go ahead and now that time has passed, nothing like bad about Disney itself, but there's just like drama at home while I was at Disney. And then when I came home, I had to deal with said drama. And now it's like basically resolved. But it was definitely a like roller coaster of events that took place. And I am glad that they are like now like air quotes over. But anyways, I love the way that this spread turned out. Whenever I do Disney weeks in the past, I think not the last one, but the ones prior, I would use a lot of extenders, but since like about a year, I haven't really been using extenders. Just honestly, it's pure laziness because I do really love the flexibility that they give. LOL flexibility because they kind of like are flexible. But I just have been lazy, and also I love the Disney spreads because though I only end up getting to use like 4 full boxes, I think it's fun to be able to see like all of my spreads like when I open the plans, to know that it was like a very busy week and nothing's like hidden. But I see the appeal to both, and like who knows, honestly, I say that I'm not going to do something and then the next time I could very well be back on my extender game. I remember the reason why I kind of thought of extenders was for a Disney trip specifically. I remember, I think I voice memoed Jessica of J. Crew Plans and was like, yo, what if? And she was like, yo. And also bougie boxes also were invented with Jessica. Me and Jessica, when we put our brains together, or basically I come up with the idea and then I'm like, yo, Jessica. And she's like, yeah, she's my hype girl. Bougie boxes, if you didn't know, actually came into like life because no white space planning used to be kind of like putting washi bind stickers, and then we did a lot of white space planning for years where like there was nothing like on the page. It was just like white page and then you put stickers on it. And then we did this challenge where we were like going to try doing no white space planning again. And then I was like, oh, it would be fun to like, instead of using like washi, to use glitter header overlays in between. So like it technically wasn't white space. And then I remember a bunch of people were like, oh, you should just make like full box ones. I'm like, no one's going to buy those like just to like layer. And then the phenomenon happened, in case you're wondering. But basically what I did for this spread, which I think like, I don't think I'd like to do it regularly, but I think for whenever I have so many stickers I need to use, it works out, is to kind of like lay down the base of some of the days first and then go in and actually put down the plans. But I'm going to like not tell you about the base because it's just me layering stickers like on top of the bougie boxes and trying to fit every single thing in. I did like slim it down. I don't know if Hannah's going to have a video out by the time this is out, but I feel like she's going to go more in depth into all the things that we did. But I'm going to give you the like the slim down highlights of everything. So on Monday, we had to get up early and head to the airport. Me and Hannah did go to Disney, in case you didn't know. But I woke up extra early. I woke up at 2 a.m. and I think we had to be up at like 5 or 4:45 or something like that. So I was like, all right, I'm not going to like go back to sleep for like 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to be in my best interest, and it sounds like a bad idea. My stomach really hurt, and then I got hungry. So yeah, I was awake. I wasn't going anywhere. So I just got up, and then we got bagels at the airport, which were very mid. And then we flew Delta, which was very weird. It felt very bougie because usually we fly like Spirit, but the price was best on Delta, which is very odd. We just played games, and I read my book on my Kindle because at this point I was a Kindle girly, and Hannah was like, oh, I don't know, like maybe in the future I'll get one. And then like by the end of the trip, she's like, yeah, I'm probably gonna get one for whenever I go to Italy. And then like 2 days later, she's like, yeah, I ordered the Kindle. And I'm like, it's great. And I didn't think I'd like the Kindle because I like when it comes to board games and things, I've said this before. I hate whenever I like re-say things because I feel like I'm being annoying. But I know that like not everyone watches all my videos, so I don't want to like leave you out of the loop. But I love like tactile feel type things. Like when I play board games, I love like a physical board game. Like I don't really love digital things, like hence the paper planner type situation. So I didn't know if I'd like a Kindle because I didn't know if it would be the same thing where I like to have like the pages to like turn. But I feel like for me, I do like it, like having the pages to turn, but I more so like the convenience of the font size all being able to be like the same through every book, along with the font, along with like having all the books at your fingertips, along with like portability. And then like also if I'm with the kids, like it's hard to like have a book around because I have a 2-year-old, and if I leave it somewhere and I don't like, she probably wouldn't rip it, but like also might destroy it. Kind of depends on her mood. Or like even if they're not trying to destroy it, they may like try and transport it and ruin it, and it's like rough, you know? Also like the backlight is kind of a life game changer. I feel like I read faster. I think it's because of the text size, the whole thing. Nick is like, there's like rumors that there's going to be a color one coming out next year that's like bigger, and Nick said that he would consider getting it, if like a color one when it comes out, because he would like to read like comics and stuff on it. And also, that's my newest obsession, by the way, is the Trader Joe's peanut butter cups. Love them. But he said that he would consider getting one if it comes out in color, which I think is going to be the case. Anyways, so read some of my book. I finished my book on this flight. It was the I think it was It Ends With Us, ? Or I don't really remember what book it was, but if It Ends With Us, that was like, it was like, wow. I was very, very like, wow about that book. It was just wild. And then we stayed at the cabins at Fort Wilderness because we like to do like one like hotel day and explore a new hotel. And then we went to Disney Springs and got Chicken Guy. And then we also got these cookies that Hannah wanted to try out. Her cookie was gross. It was like this lemon cookie. And she's like, you want to try it? And I'm like, sure. And I thought it would be like, I've had lemon cookies I like where it's like a tinge of lemon. No, this was like, it was like it makes my face like squinch just even thinking about it. But the chocolate chip was really good. And then we just pin traded. There was this lady at, it's like the pin traders that's like at Disney Springs. And I asked, like, she threw pins at us. It was just the most bizarre situation. We always have the most bizarre situations happen. That one was weird. And then also pin related, there was this one, we've like pin traded at least like 500 boards at this point. And there was this one lady that told us that one of the pins was a trader, but it was for 2 pins. And I was like, I've literally never heard anyone at Disney, like a Disney employee, say that ever. So I was like, I don't know about it. And it was like a bigger pin, but like I've seen bigger pins and no one's ever said you need to trade 2 for it. So very bizarre. Also, we decided then to go to the Character Warehouse because we wanted to go at some point. I ended up getting just, I think, this like Christmas like turtleneck shirt. Yeah, and it's usually really good deals, but we got a lot more stuff last time we went. But it still was fun. And then we decided to walk to Target because we were training. Basically, we came to Disney to do a 5K, which we were going to train for, but then we kind of just didn't, and then hoped for the best. But honestly, it was cake. Like, I probably could have honestly did a 10K the day of. I think, honestly, the worst part of it was, like, waiting to start because I was freezing my booty off. Like, if I ever, well, I'm going to do, but, like, when I do more races, I am gonna definitely take advantage of Mylar because I was like freezing, but I think I would have been too hot. Possibly if I was wearing, like, layers. Like, I don't know. There would be, like, no in between. But I was so cold that I, like, ran with, well, we, like, fast walked, basically. It's all you need to do for the 5K. But, like, I put my hands inside my shirt, inside of my pants, and, like, was walking, fast walking. And I was, like, so cold. I was itchy, and I was itching, like, my thigh so bad that I got a bruise. It was wild, but it was so fun. We'll get more into that as we continue. But we walked to Target. It was, like, I think, like, 3/4 of a mile or half a mile or something. Nothing wild. But we were like, to get an Uber, it'd probably take, like, the same amount of time with all these stop signs and stuff. But anyways, then we went back to the hotel, which another thing is we, like, dropped our stuff off at the front of the hotel. No one really, like, told us how the, like, buses work or anything like that. But we were like, okay, we'll just, like, get on this bus. It's, like, the right, like, color, purple. And, like, we got on the bus. And, like, we had all of our suitcases and our bags and stuff. And then, like, the guy's driving. It doesn't stop. And I was like, oh, hey, like, do you, like, you gonna stop at, like, this, like, section? He's like, you didn't let me know. And I was like, I didn't know. Like, there's no sign that says, like, let your bus driver know. No one at the front told us let our bus driver know. Also, if you see somebody who has, like, luggage, like, you're assuming that they're not going to the restaurant. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It just seemed like, how would I know? You know what I'm saying? So we ended up getting off, and he's like, you could wait for a bus, like, on the opposite way. But we were like, how long would that be? Question mark. Like, we didn't ask, but we were like, that could be a while, I assume. So we started walking. We never saw a bus. So, like, we walked, like, another, like, 10 minutes back to, like, where we needed to be. It probably would have been, honestly, faster for us to just walk in the first place, because I think we walked more the opposite way then, but we didn't see a bus, so we would have been sitting there for probably, like, 20 minutes waiting for a bus to take us, like, back the other way. But we were just, like, felt silly, like, in the, like, basically the wilderness, like, struggling along with our, like, suitcases and stuff, trying to find out where our cabin was. But the cabins were so fun. Such, like, a cute, like, little, like, treasure, I feel. I was telling Nick that I feel like it'd be perfect for our family size whenever we go. And then we also FaceTimed Theo, and we also had, like, food, but the food was, like, fine there. We FaceTimed Theo, and he was so cute. He was, like, showing Hannah his Tootsies on the screen, and it was so funny because it was just so random. He's like, Hannah, look at my Tootsies. He's just wiggling his chunky little toes all over the place. And then we went to bed early, and Hannah told me I passed out so fast. It was snoring so loud. Then on Tuesday, our alarm did not go off, which was very bizarre, and I slept, like, 12 hours. It was, like, the most, like, delirious I ever woke up, because I was, like, we had closed all the like, the curtains, so I, like, sleep with, like, a sleep mask on. So I, like, woke up, and I, like, looked at my phone, and I'm like, it's 8:12. I'm like, have I only been sleeping, like, a little, like, what time is it? Like, I thought it was 8:12 p.m. for how, like, hard and fast I conked. And then I realized that our alarm didn't go off, and then we went to, like, get Genie, and Genie was sold out for Magic Kingdom. So we had to, like, switch our plans to go to Epcot instead of Magic Kingdom this day, because we were not going to go to Magic Kingdom without a Genie. Can you actually imagine? This week was so busy because apparently up north they have, like, winter break, which I do not remember getting a winter break. I remember, like, spring break and then Christmas. I don't remember a winter break, and if we did, it was, like, a day, and it wasn't, like, to call home about. But apparently they have winter break, and yeah, it was probably the busiest I've ever been at Disney, which I've been to Disney a bunch of times, and I've never seen it this busy ever. It was, like, impossible to do anything, and it was just so crowded. So we switched resorts to the music resort this day, and then we got to Epcot. We got our magnet. I got some Joey Chew pins, which was very, very exciting. And then we went to, I'm going to butcher this name, it was La Catina de San Angel, ? I am not sure. Hannah's going to laugh at me because she did when I tried to say it prior. But it was so good. It was probably one of my, like, top 5 even, maybe, quick services at Disney. It was delicious. I loved every second of it. It was so good. And then we went on Guardians. We went on Soarin', which was Soarin', California, which I did not like. It was very, like, the footage was rough, and it was not, like, it wasn't slapping. It was very shaky at times. The transitions were kind of weird. I don't know. I like the regular store and went on Living with the Land because Hannah likes it. Then we went and did the Moana, like, little attraction, which was so cute, so fun. Just reminded me of Sis because she loves Moana. Like, Moana and Taylor Swift are all she cares about, but mostly Moana. And it was just so cute, and I just kept thinking, Sis would love this, Sis would love this. Then we went on Figment, and we did Test Track. Test Track was obnoxious. We did, like, the Genie, like, lane or whatever it's called. It's called Lightning Lane now. You know what I'm saying. Yeah, Lightning Lane, because it used to be a Fast Pass lane, right? I don't really know. But we did that, and it took forever. And then we, like, finally got up to, like, the front, and then the ride broke down for, like, 10-15 minutes. And we were probably in line for, like, 45 minutes to an hour for Test Track, which I don't even like Test Track that much. Then we went on the Frozen ride, and then we pin traded around the world. And then for dinner, we were like, let's get a reservation somewhere because, like, we were kind of done early, and there was nothing else we could do because, like, everything was, like, we were waiting for Guardians, but our, like, callback time ended up, like, just disappearing. Like, they just didn't have time for everybody, you know? So we went to Trattoria Al Forno, ? And that place was a 10 out of 10. Probably one of my new favorite, like, sit-down restaurants at Disney. It was so good. I got, like, a salad with, like, blackberries in it, and it was delicious. And then there was, like, this bread, and then Hannah got this gnocchi, which was so good. And I got, I think I got a steak, ? Which was really good. It wasn't really good. It was good. And then I got tiramisu, which I love. And their tiramisu was so good. And such a good, like, portion. Because I don't like it whenever you get, like, this humongous piece of tiramisu. And you're like, what do I do with this? It was, like, a good size and, like, good. So we did that. And then we pin traded at Pop Century, Art of Animation, and then Movies. And then went back to our resort. And then we took an Uber. And the Uber just smelled like marijuana. Like, it wasn't, like, a little bit. It was, like, me and Hannah both texted each other as soon as we got in because it was, like, the most potent smell ever. And I was like, is this okay? Is this okay? Then on Wednesday, we went to Magic Kingdom, and we got tater tots at Friar's Nook for breakfast, ones with, like, the sausage gravy on it, and then we did the People Mover and the train, and I will say that my anxiety was at an all-time high this day. I think I was telling Hannah, I think the main problem is we spent, like, a good, like, 3 hours in the morning, like, just doing nothing really, like, just kind of, like, waiting around for, like, stuff, like, fast passes and, like, or lightning lanes, and then, like, going on the People Mover, and, like, we didn't really do anything until our Jungle Cruise, which wasn't until, like, noon, but I feel like do that and, like, the sheer crowds, like, again, I don't remember it ever being this busy at Magic Kingdom, but it was, like, elbow to elbow. All of the, like, lines were, like, super freaking long. Even the Genie lines were all long. Like, everything was just, like, crowded and wild and people everywhere, no matter where you were. And I just had kind of a little mental breakdown and got ice cream. And then we went on Jungle Cruise. We did Snow White. We did Big Thunder. I put in, there was this lady who was, like, we were taking a break and, like, sitting, and there was this lady who was, like, screaming on her phone about her son and his, like, family, and we stand with Scott because we both were like, she's the villain, and Hannah was like, yeah, she's the villain, but it was, like, a whole thing, but, like, she was not even trying to hide her conversation. She was talking so loud, and it was just, like, me and Hannah sitting there, and she's just, like, screaming in her phone about her son Scott, and it was just a whole thing. Then we went to the Diamond Horseshoe, where I also had another mental breakdown because I got a call about Theo. Nothing health related, but it was just, like, drama, basically, and I just had a mental breakdown. That's, like, where I'm at. Then we were going to go on Space Mountain, but it was down, and they didn't have, like, a estimate of when it would be back, so we ended up just resort hopping, and then we played games at the hotel and got a remote delivery because the remote wasn't working and Hannah needed a remote, but then we got a remote delivery and it still didn't work right. So, but then after we turned it off for, like, a whole day, the TV, it, like, must have reset itself and finally started working. Then on Thursday, I woke up and I thought my phone was broken, but AT&T was just down. I'm sure a lot of y'all were in some way know of something about that. But basically, my phone was just, like, nah, all day. So Hannah had to be, like, in charge of everything phone related because my phone was just a brick at this point that takes pictures. And then we went to the expo, which was really fun. We got our bibs and shirts. It was immaculate. Did some shopping. It was so fun. And, like, everyone was just vibing and just having a blast. Then Hannah almost burned down the hotel. She forgot to unplug her straightener and left it on a towel. And then the towel had, like, burn marks on it. And I was like, Hannah Marie. And she's like, what? It's fine. And I'm like, this is literally nightmare fuel. Literally. Like, fires, scary. Mold, scary. Natural disasters, scary. Hannah almost burning down the hotel, scary. So we did that, you know. Then we went to Hollywood Studios, which was kind of like a half-day situation. We went to Brown Derby for lunch, which we got the salad that Hannah's been, like, telling me that everyone hypes up. And it was not good. We were starving, so I'm glad we got fries, because I don't think the fries were pretty good. But the salad was, like, all one texture, which I just think was bizarre. And the texture was, like, finely milled. Like, I'm talking, like, if you took rice and cut it up into fourths, that's the texture of everything. The turkey, texture, size, everything was, like, that. And it was weird, and it tasted like a processed, like you put your whole salad through a food processor. And I don't really vibe with it. I don't. So, no, I don't like it. And I'm a salad, like, addict. That is not a salad I want to eat again. Then we went to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. We did Frozen. The sing-along Towers Lightning Lane was 45 minutes because one of the like, elevators was broken. So we were like, nah. And then we did the Beauty and the Beast show, which I'd never done before. And then we did Toy Story Mania, which I love. We went to Disney Springs because I was just like, I'm done. There's nothing else I want to do here. And then we went to Chicken Guy because Chicken Guy is everything. Then on Friday, we woke up at 3 a.m. and it was freezing out, but we did the 5K. It was great. It was so fun. Like I said, the worst part was waiting. I think we waited, like, from the first, like, group to go, we waited like an hour and 30 minutes in the cold, freezing our booties off. I was in shorts and a t-shirt, and Hannah was in, like, layers. But, like, we were all freezing. Everyone was freezing, and, yeah, definitely doing something different next time. Then we went to Chef Mickey's. We kind of ran there because we were, like, cutting it close with how everything was going. And we ate a ton, got to see Mickey himself. Then we went to Animal Kingdom, which was our first time ever going to Animal Kingdom together. And I don't think that I really need to go again for a couple years because it's just, I don't know. I just feel like Animal Kingdom is like a once in a while type situation, and we did the safari, which is always fun, and saw a little baby elephant, which was so cute. Then we did Everest. We were going to do it again, like single rider, but the single rider even seemed a little bit long. And then we also did Dinosaur, which is one of Bennett's favorite rides. And then we were like, okay, there's really nothing else to do here because I personally don't like Avatar rides, and the Rapids was closed. So, and also Hannah doesn't like Avatar rides either, so not just me. Then we went back, and I took a nap because I was so tired. I was like, oh, yeah, we'll just go back and play games. I was like, well, actually, I think I'm going to take a nap because I am kind of tired. I'm tired. And then we went to Artist Point for dinner, which had, like, Snow White. The food was all right. It was, like, good/edible, but I don't think I would go back unless I went back with, like, kids, and the kids were, like, into Snow White, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good, but it was, like, good enough. Like, I ate it all. The gnocchi was good, but I would say that the gnocchi at the Italian place was better. And we went to bed early because we were leaving the next day. We got quick service breakfast at the hotel, and then we went from Orlando, which was super busy, to Austin, and we gamed on the plane. I finished It Starts With Us. I think I read It Ends With Us, like, and finished it on the plane, and then I read, like, kind of a little bit every day, you know, like when we're going to bed or whatever. So I finished It Starts With Us on the plane, and then I went home, hung out with the family, we got McDonald's and cuddles, and I was just so exhausted and tired. I think we were supposed to maybe do a game night, but I was just like, yeah, I'm kind of just, like, pooped and need, like, a little bit of time to just kind of relax. And then Sunday, just hanging out with the family. I went and got groceries with Theo, and then just kind of had, like, a long day with the kids. And then I was kind of mad at Nick at the PMs, but, you know, what's new? And then we just cuddled then, which, again, what's new? But that is the whole Kit Kat and caboodle for this week. Again, sorry that this is a voiceover. I know it's not the preferred mode of transportation, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? So that, my friends, is everything. I hope you like the spread, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye!